December. People's Discount December. A range of unmatched benefits with People's credit cards from People's Bank. Discounts up to 60% and interest-free installment plans from selected merchants. Transfer the balance of another credit card to a People's credit card and pay it off through flexible monthly installments. Lowest interest of 12% on credit cards issued free against fixed deposits. For more details, call 1961.
In a few moments, the news.
A range of unmatched benefits with People's credit cards from People's Bank.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Tanushka Madhavala and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. Death toll from adverse weather in Sri Lanka rises to 15. Over 7,000 affected due to inclement weather. Schools in 3 districts in Northern Province closed tomorrow. The government is ready to pay compensations if there is any harvest loss due to the use of organic fertilizer. Food prices rises highest since August 2020. India, Maldives and Sri Lanka to share intelligence on drug trade. Report says that world headed for 2.4 Celsius warming despite COP26 climate summit. Sri Lanka showcases one of the best comebacks in football history. The first semi-final of the T20 Cricket World Cup will be played today. Local news in detail. The Disaster Management Centre says that at least 15 persons have died and over 7,000 people have been affected due to the adverse weather conditions prevailing in many parts of the island. 9 deaths were caused by drowning while 4 others due to earth slips. 2 others have died from lightning strikes. Another was reported missing and 5 others were injured, the DMC said. 3 persons were killed last morning when a mound of earth collapsed on a house in the Dombe Mud area in Rambukkana due to the torrential rains. DMC's Director General, Major General Sudhanta Ranasinghe said 78 divisional secretariat divisions in 16 districts have been affected by the inclement weather. Due to the high rainfall in the upper catchment areas of Malwatu Oya Basin, the river water level of the Malwatu Oya is at bank full level at downstream by now, and the Department of Meteorology has warned that there is high probability of a heavy rainfall occurring at downstream areas tonight. By analyzing this situation, DMC predicted that there is a high probability of a flood situation occurring in low-lying areas of Malwatu Oya in Vengalachedikulam, Madu, Musalai and Nannadan DS divisions tonight and tomorrow. Therefore, public living in those areas is requested to be vigilant. The DMC Director General further said the Tri-Forces have initiated relief operations. The Air Force and Navy say that relief troops are ready with aircraft and boats to deal with any possible disaster. Meanwhile, the Railway Department said a railway station and several railway tracks have been affected by landslides due to the inclement weather. 2 sections of the railway line between Rambukkana and Kadigamu railway stations on the upcountry line have been affected by a landslide, and a section of the railway line between Ihalakotte and Balan railway stations has been affected by the landslide. Railway Department further said due to the overflowing of the Deduru Oya, the road near the Madurankulia substation and the road near the Bangadeniya railway station have been completely inundated. The Meteorology Department meanwhile forecasts heavy showers above 100 millimeters at some places in northern, north central, northwestern and western province for today as well. As a low-pressure area is very likely to form over Southeast Bay of Bengal during the next 12 hours and expected to move over the vicinity of northern coast of Sri Lanka, naval and fishing communities are advised not to venture the aforementioned sea areas and the sea areas around the island until further notice and requested to be attentive in future weather forecasts. Schools in 3 districts in the northern province will be closed today due to the prevailing adverse weather condition. According to education authorities, schools in Jaffna, Kilinochchi and Mannad districts will be accordingly remained shut for the day. Secretary to the Northern Provincial Ministry of Education, L. Ilangovan, said alternative school days will be announced in due course. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
A range of unmatched benefits with People's Credit Cards from People's Bank.
In the meantime, State Minister Siripala Gamlat says that if there is any harvest loss due to the use of organic fertilizer, the government is ready to pay compensation. The State Minister emphasizes that farmers should not hesitate to use organic fertilizer for their farmlands. The government has initiated a mechanism to convert to organic farming to minimize the harms which occurs due to the chemical fertilizers and pesticides. The State Minister urges the support of everyone in this regard. He added that this initiative has been taken for the benefit of the entire population of the country and the future generation will definitely benefit through this measure. According to the Epidemiology Unit of the Health Ministry, 718 new COVID-19 cases were reported yesterday. A total of 546,653 COVID-19 cases have been reported currently, and also that since the inception of the pandemic, while 10,577 infected patients are currently under medical care at hospitals and homes, 522,184 patients have fully recovered and been discharged from hospitals. Sri Lanka yesterday reported 17 deaths, raising the total to 13,892. According to the Epidemiology Unit report, so far a total of 15,816,302 people have received a first dose of COVID-19 vaccine and 13,591,413 have received the second dose. In addition, 70,415 have received the third booster dose. In the meantime, we would also like to bring to your notice that all schools in the northern province will be closed today due to the adverse weather conditions.
A range of unmatched benefits with People's Credit Cards from People's Bank. Discounts up to 60% and interest-free installment plans from selected merchants.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
In a major step towards maritime security cooperation, India and Maldives and Sri Lanka are all set to enhance intelligence sharing to tackle common threats such as terrorism and drug trafficking in the Indian Ocean region. Speaking at the Goa Maritime Conclave on Maritime Security and Emerging Non-Traditional Threats, Indian Navy Chief Admiral Karambir Singh in Panaji yesterday underlined the need for other countries to come together and collaborate to tackle threats posed by non-state actors. The 3-day Goa Maritime Conclave has naval chiefs and heads of maritime forces from 12 Indian Ocean littorals, including Bangladesh, Comoros, Indonesia, Madagascar, Malaysia, Maldives, Mauritius, Myanmar, Seychelles, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and Thailand.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhaleba.
This is Watchlight.
The Education Ministry has decided to implement a program to cover only the essential learning areas, taking into account the number of lessons missed due to the inability of schools to function due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Education Ministry Secretary Professor Kapila Pereira said the decision was taken by the ministry after examining how much of the syllabus has been missed up to December 31st, 2021.
Coming up, World News.
Headlines. Report says that COP26 world headed for 2.4 Celsius warming despite climate summit. Trump's closest aides summoned to testify Capitol riot. Nobel Peace Prize winner Malala ties the knot in Birmingham ceremony. World news in detail now. Despite pledges made at the climate summit of COP26, the world is still nowhere near its goals on limiting global temperature rise, a new analysis shows. It calculates that the world is heading for 2.4 Celsius of warming, far more than 1.5 Celsius limit nations committed to. COP26 has a massive credibility, action and commitment gap according to the Climate Action Tracker. The Glasgow summit is seen as crucial for curbing climate change, but the prediction contrasts with optimism at the UN meeting last week following a series of big announcements that included a vow to stop deforestation. COP26 is expected to finish this week. The committee investigating the 6th January U.S. Capitol riot has summoned more of former President Donald Trump's closest aides to give evidence. Among the latest batch is a former White House press secretary, a senior policy advisor, and personal assistants. The inquiry is trying to find out if Mr. Trump had foreknowledge of the attack. A mob of his supporters stormed the Capitol building and disrupted the official certification of President Joe Biden's election victory. Mr. Trump was impeached by Congress but cleared by lawmakers of inciting an insurrection. More than 670 people have been arrested for the invasion of the Capitol complex. Mr. Trump said in a statement on Tuesday that the subpoenas have been issued by a select committee of politically ambitious hacks. Finally, on world news, Nobel Peace Prize winner Malala Yousafzai has tied the knot with her partner during an Islamic ceremony in Birmingham. She and Nasser Malik took part in a nikah ceremony where bride and groom consent to be married. The 24-year-old activist said it was a precious day in her life. The Pakistani women's rights activist found refuge in the West Midlands after being shot in the head by the Taliban in 2012. Asr and Malala tied the knot to be partners for life, she tweeted on Tuesday, sharing how they had taken part in a small nikah ceremony with the family. And that's on World News.
Development News.
Sri Lanka is slated to witness a boost in the number of tourists this winter season as Poland is gearing up to contribute to the tourist traffic starting December 7. The resumption of flights from Lot Polish Airlines to Colombo is expected to provide the local tourism sector fresh impetus as direct flights will be facilitated twice a week till the end of the winter season.
Moving on with sports news.
England faced New Zealand in Abu Dhabi today in the first semi-final of the Men's T20 World Cup. Ian Morgan's side topped Group 1 with Ken Williamson's Black Caps finished second in Group 2 after Super 12s, both winning 4 matches and losing 1. The winner will face either Pakistan or Australia, who play tomorrow in Sunday's finals in Dubai. In the meantime, coming from behind, hosts Sri Lanka played to a 4-4 draw against Maldives in the opening match of the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa Yaksha Trophy Four Nations International Football Tournament in Colombo yesterday. Wasim Razik of Sri Lanka scored stunning 4 goals in the 64th, 69th, 72nd and 90 plus 3 minutes to rescue Sri Lanka. That's in sports news.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Rolls-Royce has been backed by a consortium of private investors and the UK government to develop small nuclear reactors to generate cleaner energy. The creation of the Rolls-Royce small modular reactor business was announced following a £195 million cash injection from private funds and a £210 million grant from the government. It is hoped that the new company could create up to 40,000 jobs by 2050. However, critics say the focus should be on renewable power, not nuclear. Currently, about 16% of the UK electricity generation comes from nuclear power.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Food prices are rising at their fastest pace since August 2020. Figures from data firm Kantar suggest a supply chain disruption continues. Grocery inflation rose to 2.1% in October, the highest rate since last year, when retailers were cutting promotions amid the COVID pandemic. Last week, the Bank of England confounded market expectations by holding interest rates. But with overall inflation heading for about 5%, a rate rise is expected soon. Supply chains have been under pressure from factors including the pandemic and a shortage of lorry drivers. Retail and hospitality groups warned MPs on Tuesday that gaps on shelves and inflationary pressures would continue for the months ahead.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning with video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
And on the weather update, the low-pressure area still persists in the southeast Bay of Bengal. It is likely to intensify further into a depression during the next 36 hours and move west-northwestwards towards North Tamil Nadu, closer to north coast of Sri Lanka. Under the influence of the aforementioned low-pressure area, showers or thunder showers will occur at times over most parts of the island. Heavy showers, about 150 millimeters, are likely at some places in northern, north-central, northwestern and western provinces. Heavy showers about 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in Sabaragamu and central provinces and in the Trincomalee district. Strong winds up to 40 to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected over the island. Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning with video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
Back to the headlines. Death toll from adverse weather in Sri Lanka rises to 15. Over 7,000 affected due to the inclement weather. Schools in 3 districts in the northern province closed today. The government is ready to pay compensations if there is any harvest loss due to the use of organic fertilizer. Food price rises highest since August 2020. India, Maldives and Sri Lanka to share intelligence of drug trade. Report says that world headed for 2.4 Celsius warming despite COP26 climate summit. Sri Lanka showcases one of the best comebacks in football history. The first semi-final of the T20 Cricket World Cup will be played today. With that, we conclude this bulletin of news, and it's back to Viana this morning to give you some good company. Over to you.